There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog.
Not a bird, not a plane, not even a frog. Just little old me, Underdog.
There's MC and his buddy Julie, go Gophers on the run. The stories of McBride outrageous, no one could be more courageous. Underdog, Underdog, Underdog. Join the king in Bongo Congo, meet a cat with savoir-faire. Go watch the hunter chase the bocce, shooters on the rocks, and then there's Underdog.
We stole Sweet Polly right out in front of millions of TV viewers. So it won't be long before Underdog comes to rescue her. And then we'll catch him with a forget-me-net.
There's no need to fear. Let me see. Who's here?
It worked! He's forgotten who he is. We'll have no more trouble with Underdog.
Underdog is here. Aha, Simon, you... there was something I wanted to say.
What's wrong, boss? All of a sudden he knew he was Underdog.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is... Who? What?
Let me see that book. It says here that if the victim hears his own name, his memory will return.
But everybody will call him by his first name as soon as they see him.
Exactly. So we'll have to disguise him. Now, you're a sweet, harmless little old lady, and you sell apples. Cad, you tag along behind to make sure that he never hears the word Underdog.
There's no need to... Apples. Apples. Who'll buy my apples?
What about her?
Just push her out in the street. We don't need her anymore. Now get going. With him out of the way, I'm going to make a huge forget-me-net and drop it over Washington, D.C. They'll forget who they are, and I'll take over the country.
Buy apples from me, just 10 cents for 3. Buy apples from me.
Look out! Help! Look out! The truck is out of control! It's running wild!
When danger threatens, we should not be slow, so it's hippity-skippity, off I go.
Did you see that? Wow!
Yeah, little old lady. You must be as strong as...
Yeah! Nobody could stop a truck like that except...
Buy apples from me, just 10 cents for 3. Buy apples.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
It's a 5-alarm fire. Send for more trucks.
They're all out at another fire.
We can't stop it. It'll spread.
Young man, you needn't run and shout. It's just like a candle. I'll blow it out.
Wow. Did you see that?
Yeah, just like
The only person I know who could do that is...
Buy apples for me, just 10 cents for 3.
Look! That window washer, he's falling!
When people fall, just lend a hand and stop the fall before they land.
Gee, little old lady, you must be as strong as...
Meanwhile, Simon had finished his huge net.
Done! Done! It'll cover the whole city of Washington.
Will Simon drop the forget-me-net on the whole city of Washington? How can Underdog possibly stop him? The answer lies ahead in our next episode.
One quiet afternoon at the Megapolis Zoo, Chumley was deep in thought, and Tennessee Tuxedo was deep in
the Wild West. What a place. Cowboys and Indians. The old Chisholm Trail. U.S. Cavalry. Just imagine being the first penguin on the western frontier. Sergeant Tennessee Tuxedo reporting, sir. What are your orders, General Livingston? Round up Geronimo? Meet Sitting Bull at Little Bighorn? Cut Crazy Horse off at the pass?
No, nothing like that. It's these sudden Indian attacks on the fort. Now I'm sending you and your men to the outpost beyond the ridge so you can warn the fort.
Yes, sir.
Then remember, we're depending on you to give us the warning. I don't want any more surprise attacks.
You can count on me, General. Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail. All right, men, mount up. Forward! Oh!
Stop! My office! Wait!
All right, men, how will we get our warning message to the fort?
why don't we do sort of like the Pony Express, huh? Why don't I stay up on my horse, ready to ride, huh?
That's exactly what I was going to suggest, Yak.
And so Yak waited astride his horse, while the others carefully watched for Indians.
Gee, Tennessee, look at that funny cloud.
That, Chumley, is what us old troopers call a dust storm.
If that's a dust storm, it's the first one I ever saw wearing feathers.
Feathers? It's the Indians! Ride, Yak! Warn the fort!
Here I go!
Well, Corporal Tennessee, what have you to say for yourself?
This time, Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail.
He'd better not.
Men, we've got to find a better way to get our warning to the fort.
Gee, Tennessee, I read in a book once that Robin Hood and his men used to send messages on the end of an arrow.
You've got a point there, Chumley. Let's give it a try. All ready for the test shot, Chumley. Point the arrow toward the fort.
Okay, Tennessee.
Fire! Yo! Chumley, you dimwit!
Gee, Tennessee, it wasn't my fault. We need a bigger bow and arrow. This one won't shoot far enough.
There now. With this bow, you could shoot a message clear over to California.
Battle stations, boys. Here comes another feather duster.
Listen, Chumley. They're carrying on like a bunch of wild Indians out there. All right, Chumley, fire at will.
Fire at will? Gee, Tennessee, I don't know any of them by name.
No, you numbskull. Fire at the fort.
Oh.
No word from the outpost yet, General.
Well, no news is good news. All right. Private Tennessee, if those Indians get by you with another surprise attack, I'll put you in the guardhouse for 6 months.
Believe me, General, this time Tennessee Tuxedo will not...
Oh, shut up!
Man, I think the General is getting a little bit upset. Chumley and I are riding into Dodge City to see the one man who can help us. Come on, Chumley.
Soon our heroes arrived at the office of Phineas J. Whoopi, the man with all the answers.
And so you see, Mr. Whoopi, I'll end up in the guardhouse if we don't find a surefire way to get our message to the fort.
Well, if you want a surefire method, you might try smoke signals. Oh, get it? Oh, yes. Well, what you need is a telegraph.
Tell her what?
The telegraph. It was invented by Samuel Morse in 1840, and it greatly speeded up communication.
How does the telegraph work?
Well, why don't we make a simple one for you right now? First, we take a flat piece of wood with a small block of wood nailed on it. In front of the small block, we put in 2 iron nails with insulated wires wrapped around them and joining them together.
Get all this down, Chumley.
Check.
Now, we nail this T-shaped piece of iron onto the block of wood so the top of the T is over the nails.
Gee, Mr. Whoopi, that looks so easy even I could do it.
Of course, my boy. Now, this is what is called our sounder. It receives the message. So from it, we run our wires and then build our message-sending device.
That's the part we'd need in the outpost.
Exactly! To build the sender, we use this small square of wood, 2 thumbtacks, and this small strip of flexible brass or copper. We put one end of our wire under the end of our copper strip and tack it down on the wood. Then we bend up the other end of the copper strip.
I still don't see how it works, Mr. Whoopi.
Patience, my boy, you'll see. Now here, under the up end of the copper strip, we tack down a piece of insulated wire.
Check.
Then all we have to do is take the wire from our receiving device and attach it to a battery. And then do the same with the wire from our sending device. And whoopee! We have our telegraph.
But how does it work?
Very simple. This copper strip is our key. Just press it down on the tack, and it completes our electric circuit.
Look! That T-shaped piece of metal hit the nails and made noises.
Exactly! When our key completes the electric circuit, current flows to our nails and makes them magnets. And they pull down the sounder, the T-shaped piece of metal.
Can you send real messages, Mr. Whoopi?
Of course! Using this Morse code, you can send dots and dashes from your outpost. Someone else at the fort, using this same Morse code, can listen to the sounder and write down what letters the dots and dashes stand for.
Zowie! All we've got to do is run wire from the fort to our outpost. Phineas J. Whoopi, you're the greatest.
Quickly, Tennessee and Chumley hurried back to begin putting up their telegraph wire.
All right, Chumley. Hold this post steady while I climb up and hook on the wire.
Okay, Tennessee.
Now hand me up that hammer, Chumley.
But I...
No buts, Chumley. Just hand it up.
Okay, Tennessee.
Finally, the telegraph was ready.
What did I tell you, Chumley? Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail. With this telegraph, nothing can go wrong. All clear out there, men?
3 o'clock, and all's well.
3 o'clock and all's well.
3 o'clock and all's well.
3:01, and...
All right. I get the idea. I'll send the all clear to General Livingston. I'll probably get a medal for this job.
But what does the message say?
The outpost reports all clear.
Good. I'm glad to see those boys are finally on the alert. And for completely failing in your duty to warn of the Indian attack, I order you banished from the fort.
No, not outside the fort. The Indians! No, let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Let me in!
Gee, Tennessee, what were you doing outside? You woke me up.
The next time you fall asleep, stay out of my dreams.
What did I do wrong that time?
Telegram per the colonel.
I'll take it.
No. She can't come here. She'll turn the fort into a hothouse.
She'll grow flowers in the cannon. She'll grow flowers in the file drawers. She'll have the men wearing flowered uniforms.
Colonel, what happened? I didn't do it, honest.
I know that, Corporal Crimp. Read this.
Am arriving by stage today for a long visit. I may stay for good. Signed, Aunt Flora.
Mm-hmm.
Why, that's Bully, Colonel. Your dear old auntie coming for a visit.
Bully? Bully, it's a disaster, Corporal.
What'll we do, sir? Ambush the stage?
No, Corporal. Let me think. Regulation 4329 expressly states, colonels should think. We've got to stop the stagecoach from ever getting to the fort.
You say Colonel afraid Aunt Flora caused so much trouble he no can fight us? That good. Oh, he tried to stop Aunt Flora from coming. That bad. What we do? Coach, oh, we stop him from stopping her. Hoopy doopy, you genius.
All right, Corporal. We'll just change this sign to point the other way. Now the stage will head for Mexico instead of the fort.
My, isn't that thoughtful? My nephew, the Colonel, is making sure we don't get lost. Drive on, driver.
Hey, Colonel, I think I hear the stage coming this way.
Can't they read the signs? Quick, we must barricade the road. Now the stage will have to turn back, and Aunt Flora won't get to the fort.
Sweet. A welcome sign from my nephew, the Colonel.
That stage is still coming, Colonel. How about an Indian attack?
An Indian attack? Glad I thought of that. Perfect. Now, I'll ride down and stop the stage. When you hear me shout, the Indians are attacking, you start yelling and shooting arrows.
Ugh.
Aunt Flora will turn right around and head for home.
You look 'em good in flower pot. Adam dirt, quick grow gladiolas, quick grow nasturtiums, instant roses, daisies, poppies, cactus, and 3 drops magic Indian fertilizer. Ready, aim.
Stop!
Sonny, you've come to welcome me.
You've got to turn back. Indian attack.
Land sakes, I don't see any Indians.
The Indians are attacking. I say the Indians are attacking. Hear that? They're attacking now.
Oh, Sonny, another one of your surprises. Nice to send flowers. They'll look just beautiful in the fort. Come, Sonny. Drive on, driver.
Oh, no.
Well, it looks like Aunt Flora's gonna get to the fort after all. She handles the Colonel real good. Don't miss our next adventure.
Simon had made a huge forget-me-net to make the whole city of Washington forget who it was.
It's so big, I'll need help to fold it up. Cad, come in, Cad.
Yes, boss.
Come at once, I need you.
But what about Underdog?
Forget him. It's too late for him to do anything. Come on.
Buy apples from me, just 10 cents for 3.
All right, Cad, start folding. We'll meet in the middle.
Meanwhile, Sweet Polly, wandering around trying to remember who she was, came across Underdog.
You remind me of someone. The face is the same. Tell me, miss, what is your name?
Alas, kind old lady, I can't remember my name.
We can remember. It's easy to do. We'll just start with the A's and go right on through. Is it Annie Abyssinia? Alice Ampersand? Abigail Asphodel? Amelia Amberjack? Agatha Antipasto?
Fold! Fold! Fold!
Fold. Fold. Is it Mary Margaret Mushroom? Moira Moosemoss? Millicent Matzo-Ball? Nini Melodious? Mamie Mistletoe? Molly Moo Cow?
Fold! Fold! Fold!
Is it Poor Polly Pickles? Neat Polly Purebred? Poor Polly Sweetbread? Polly Wally Doodlebread? How about Sweet Polly Purebred?
That's it. That's who I am. Sweet Polly Purebred. And you are...
I'm Apple Mary, don't you see? Apples, 10 cents for 3.
Good grief, he has amnesia. I must bring him out of it so he can stop Simon Bar Sinister. A good blow on the head should do it.
Here now, what are you going to do to that little old lady?
That's no little old lady. That's...
You don't say! Here, let me!
Here now, and what do you two think you're going to do to that little old lady?
That's no little old lady! That's... Come on, sorry.
You don't say. Here, let me.
From me, 10 cents for 3.
Oh, it's no use. He can't remember that he's Underdog.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Polly explained that Simon was up to something, and Underdog, using his powerful X-ray vision, quickly located Simon and Cad.
We're almost over Washington. We'll dump this net out, and it will cover the whole city. They'll forget who they are.
When the country's in danger, I am not slow. It's hip, 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 and away I go.
Look, boss, Underdog.
Speed of sound, Underdog grabbed the falling forget-me-not and, making it into a bag, caught Simon and Cad and gently deposited them on Earth.
Who are you, you funny-looking little monster?
And who are you, you big dumb ox?
And so, with Simon and Cad caught in their own forget-me-net, the country was safe once more, and people could look up and say,
Look in the sky, it's a plane.
It's a bird.
It's a frog.
A frog? Not plane, nor bird, nor even frog. It's just little old me, Underdog.
Oh.